Although Georgie and Mandy's first marriage season, one didn't bring back one iconic young Sheldon supporting star. That doesn't mean that season 2 can't save Missy's disappointing storyline with this big comeback. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage has a tricky premise. When young Sheldon's finale ended, Georgie and Mandy were happily married and raising their first child, CC, together. However, The Big Bang Theory Season 11, Episode 23, The Sibling Realignment, already revealed that the pair eventually broke up. Thus, young Sheldon's spinoff has to explain why this promising marriage failed while still keeping viewers entertained. To make matters more complicated for the sitcom, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage also has to balance its new characters with comebacks from young Sheldon's existing fan-favorite cast members. Already, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage's meme role may become smaller in Season 2 as the show makes room for its breakout star Connor. More screen time for Georgie's mother Mary, and bigger roles for Mandy's parents, Audrey and Jim. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage Season 2 must bring back young Sheldon's Paige. Sheldon's former rival left young Sheldon abruptly in Season 6. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage Season 1 gave Meemaw a lot of screen time and story focus as her sports book betting scheme ended up involving Mandy, Jim, Audrey, and Georgie. However, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage's Missy story was more disappointing. Missy appeared numerous times throughout the young Sheldon spinoff's first season, but she never got much in the way of sustained story focus. Missy's only lead role came in Episode 17, Two Idiots on a Dirt Bike, wherein she tried to run away from home with Beth's son Todd. Missy got in trouble at school in Episode 2, Some New York Nonsense, and she attended Thanksgiving in Episode 5, Thanksgiving. However, Two Idiots on a Dirt Bike was the only full episode of Season 1 that centered on her experience, and it was mostly a retread of her earlier teen rebellion storylines from young Sheldon. As such, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage Season 2 should make up for this by bringing back a recurring guest star who brought out the best and the worst in Missy during her brief appearances in the earlier spinoff. Paige needs to return for Georgie and Mandy's first marriage Season 2. McKenna Grace's Paige Swanson was first introduced as an early academic rival to Sheldon, but she soon went on to become his first crush and an unlikely ally. However, it was her friendship with Missy that really impacted the series, and this is precisely why Paige needs to return for Georgie and Mandy's first marriage Season 2. Paige's frustration with her child prodigy status led her to act out, getting drunk at college parties before she was even 16. This behavior soon rubbed off on Sheldon's sister, with Paige later going on a multi-state joyride with Missy. Paige's return would improve Missy's Georgie and Mandy's first marriage Season 2 story. Missy's lone Georgie and Mandy's first marriage Season 1 plot focused on her love life. Even though she and Missy were close friends in Season 6, viewers never learned what happened to Paige when young Sheldon ended. This was a shame for two reasons. Firstly, Paige was a compelling foil to Sheldon, and her character arc offered a sad depiction of what his life as a child prodigy might have looked like if he were a little less socially maladroit. Secondly, Paige's presence also makes Missy a more complex character, finally bringing the rebellious teen out of her shell. Missy's friendship with Paige showed more of her internal life, from her vulnerability to her most rebellious edges. Much like Georgie and Mandy's first marriage's breakout, star Connor humanized Georgie and highlighted his caring side. Paige proved that Missy was more than Sheldon's eternally overshadowed twin sister. During the pair's thwarted joyride, viewers got new insight into Missy's dreams and her fears. This was a welcome change in a series that mostly focused on its title character, and this sort of introspection is overdue now that Missy is the only Cooper kid without a show of her own. Paige's Georgie and Mandy's first marriage Season 2 comeback saw the young Sheldon plot hole. Young Sheldon Season 7 left Paige's fate unexplained. On a more straightforward practical level, Paige's return would explain a huge lingering plot hole young Sheldon left unresolved. Young Sheldon Season 7 never explained what happened to Paige or why Sheldon forgot about her, even though she played a major role in his formative years, and he never even mentioned her name in The Big Bang Theory. While Georgie and Mandy's first marriage Season 2's Connor story will most likely occupy a lot of the show's attention, the series should also explain why Sheldon forgot about this pivotal figure from his youth. Thanks for watching.